Hello everyone and welcome to the week of May 24th. Not a whole lot going on this week. It is actually Memorial Week, so Memorial Weekend is just this coming weekend, so I'm probably going to go visit some family as well as volunteer for it. But yeah, that's all the stuff that I can think of that's coming up. This week at work, I have one training to do. It's only for like an hour, so I just really want to buckle down before I go over to Pennsylvania on the 4th, which is in about, I would want to say, it's like 2 weeks or so, maybe. Yeah, so really trying to get everything focused here for Pennsylvania. Honestly, if I could, I would like to try to knock out my project by then, my first huge project. I'm about halfway done, and honestly, like, it took me, well, honestly, I think I started like working on that like about a month ago, so if I can, and that was just when I was getting started, and honestly I'm about roughly halfway done, so if I can't get it done, I'll be almost done with it. We'll just see how it goes here, but my first goal is just to try to see if I can get that done before I go on vacation, or at least a kind of a draft of it. That'd be pretty cool. If not, I'll just finish it when I get back. Other than that, today I met one of one of our interns here that's going to be working with us for the next couple weeks here. He is taking some of the training courses right now, and he's going to be working on a project that's actually kind of similar to us. So his primary contact is my coworker, but I mean, if she's unavailable, then I'll be available. So I'm kind of excited to kind of work with him and see how that goes there. But yeah, honestly, can't think of anything else that's going on this week. Let's see. Got volunteering. Got Memorial Day. Nope, nothing comes to mind. I do have a one-on-one with my manager coming up here, but honestly, it's gonna be just the update on my project and my goals and my timeline and everything. I might even show him my project if he would like, if we have enough time. But anyway, that's it for the the intro for this week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Topic Tuesday, and we will go from there, and I'll film what I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you throughout the week. Alright, and now we're here on the Topic Tuesday. Before we get into it, though, I do have something sad to note here. Yesterday when I was unpacking all my things, I noticed something was wrong with my flash drive, and I pulled it out and it bent. So the good news is that because I switched over to doing it from the HDMI, or not the HDMI, the memory card, and just going straight to the computer as opposed to putting all the clips on the flash drive, I didn't lose any footage for any upcoming days. The bad news is that my California trip was on there. So unfortunately, unless I'm going to try one thing here and go to Best Buy and see if they can fix it and see how much it costs. I did read online that it's like $200 just to find some video files. So I mean, if it's that, I can't sink that much money into something like that. I'd rather spend it on some other things. So I'm just going to have to call that California trip a bust. It's like it was never meant to be uploaded. So I do apologize for that. But if they can, then for sure I'll try to pull those California videos out, if that's the only thing that I can get from it. And I might have also lost some music, but that I can just get off of YouTube. Like, that's no big deal. Like, I'm more than happy to try to see if I can just pull that from YouTube. But other than that, I do apologize again for that. But other than that, let's just get right into Topic Tuesday for this week. Cue the intro. Alright, so for today's Topic Tuesday, I kind of wanted to talk about change here. It is something that has been happening ever since that it's like the major theme that has been going on since I got the role of AD team, and honestly, it's a pretty big factor in real life. So I kind of wanted to talk about it here, and my experience with changes. Honestly, what's kind of weird is that even before then, when I was young, I was always hesitant on change. I never liked it. I always liked being comfortable. I didn't like taking any risk in life. So, I mean, just kind of, you can imagine that, just even something as simple as like changing an ingredient on the menu. I was like, nope, don't want it. I want it the way it was before. So, yeah, as you can tell, I was a little bit of a picky eater back then. It could have also had to do with the medication I was on, since I have ADHD, but irregardless. So, yeah, I was always opposed to it. In fact, I was so opposed to it that my dad wanted to teach me the lesson here. So he always drove home how change is good and change is constant. So he started making up sayings such as change is good. The only constant in life is change. The only thing guaranteed in life is change. Well, that and taxes and death, but that's a whole nother topic. But so yeah, just it's been a journey trying to seeing where I'm at today and thinking to myself, man, if this was, I mean, not even just the scale of the job, but just how the job handles itself, if you're not even counting all the work and stuff, I'm pretty proud of myself for how far I've come in terms of realizing change. I mean, I never really noticed how far I've come until honestly now. Actually, even when I became an associate for Nationwide, I realized how far I came. That's how subtle it was. But yeah, I was going through high school. I know that I was still opposed to change, but I mean I was gradually warming up to it. During marching band, I was not receptive for feedback and whatnot. And then in DECA, when I was going out to states, to other states, and around Arizona, it was kind of I didn't like a change in the itinerary, because I'm how am I supposed to plan for that? And the thing in life is that you can't really plan for things. You can, but it's going to change just because life happens. For instance, and then in college was kind of different because it was so by the book, because they had a syllabus, and yeah, there were changes here and there just because of that, but it was tried and true, and that might be the reason why I was slowly starting to change as slowly as I could here. And then I realized after college, I knew there was a lot of big changes that were gonna happen. I was gonna move out of the house, I was gonna find an adult job, I was gonna have to start taking care of myself and all of those things. So I mean, I just need to learn how to change, if for lack of a better word. And so I tried a few things and I failed, at a few things as well. I applied for a sales position. I can't even remember. I think it was called Summit. It's a company to grow your own company. I tried it out just to see, because that was the time to figure out where I was going to go in life. And I did it for 3 months in the summer, in the heat, and I failed. So while I may have failed at then, that was a low point, one of my low points in life. It made me realize, okay, I'm here now. I can't really go much further down. So let's take what I did now and what I did wrong and take that to the next position I try and learn from it. And then that's when I got the job at Nationwide. And yeah, I mean, it was an entry-level position. It was answering phones. If you hear this, say this. If you hear this, do that. But it's still with the kind of pace it works at, because Nationwide changes every day. it started making me realize that I really this is a big boy job basically. And I sort of took it, I did take it seriously, but it wasn't until I applied for the associate position the first time and failed did I realize that, wow, if I really want to make it in this company, I gotta buckle down, take any feedback that I can, and be comfortable with change. And sure enough, when I got down to it, and it was one of those things where it just started coming easier to me. Even to this day, I'm still trying to adjust to the idea of how change affects me in the normal life, but I feel like I've grown quite a lot from then. But once I got the associate position, that's where things really started to change. I thought once I get it, I'd be smooth sailing. I was dead wrong. Now that I was part of the big leagues, people were looking up to me as knowing the answer. I was no longer this contractor who needed to learn everything. I was teaching people, and that was something that I've never done before. And just everyone looking up to me, making sure that I do my work. It felt like all eyes were on me, especially when I was taking my 6, because we've had a few failed attempts before. So I wanted to make sure that I put down my effort. And then fast forward to just this past couple months here, when not even that, just even when interim or even team lead positions came, when I was applying for jobs, I thought that was the next thing was just you have to become a team lead and a supervisor and a leader. I didn't think that there was anything else possible, because that's just the kind of work environments that I was in. There was not really a whole lot of opportunity. So trying those a few times, going through the interviews, and then failing those times, it made me realize that, just like sales, that leadership may not have been for me. And I thought long and hard on that. And I talked to a lot of people, so I do think the people who I talked to, I know my team lead was doing that. I know my manager, my good friend Brian, they all helped me get through it and realize what I need to, what my kind of goals and what I would like to do in life, especially if it was going to be a nationwide. So I was like, why am I trying, when the I don't know, this was the third time that the interim position rolled around. I was like, and I did put in an application for it, and after thinking about it a week after putting in an application, why am I trying to do this a third time if I haven't succeeded before, if I just want to get off the phone? So I took a chance and said, hey, I don't think that this position's right for me, withdraw my application, and it turned out to be I finally hit the mark. So yeah, I'm super glad with the decisions that I made, and I feel like that I'm adapting and keeping flow with change as much as I could, as much as anybody could with change. But yeah, and even in this role, I'm realizing that change, this role isn't just, it kind of, I don't want to say kind of is, because that is the whole point, is that the position I'm in is basically the messenger of how to handle calls and with our clients and whatnot. But it's making sure that they get it. And when I say they, I mean the whole solution center, even people that have been there longer than me. So it's kind of like me getting the associate position all over again, where all eyes are on me, and then I need to make sure that I perform, because everyone's counting on me. And it's not, and it is intimidating, yes, but it's also kind of exciting, because this is kind of an opportunity for me to show up. But that's a whole other topic. Point is, it's something very different, and this is something very different that I've never done before. And while I'm scared out of my mind every day, I'm also ready to take it on and make sure that I do a good job on it. So anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents on change here. Feel free to comment down on situations that you were uncomfortable with, or that you had to change, or that you had to adapt. I'm sure many of you have a whole lot of them, especially in the last year, because of the pandemic, and everybody had to quickly change gears because we couldn't do anything else. But yeah, let me hear those stories if you're watching this video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you throughout the rest of the week on this vlog. Hello everyone, and welcome to another movie review. Just this past weekend or so, me and my roommates watched Maleficent, and I wanted to give my 2 thoughts on it, honestly. So here we go. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, Maleficent was one of the few movies that I did not watch, because it came out around the time when I was working in a movie theater, so shockingly, that is shocking, because since I get free movies and whatnot when I was working there. But yeah, I don't know, I just didn't take the chance on it. So now that we had like Disney Plus for like ever now, we decided to watch it. So because I mean we were just flipping through and we never saw it before, so this is kind of like my take on it. When I'm actually gonna record on like what I thought it was gonna be and what it turned out to be. I honestly thought that it was just gonna be like an expansion on Maleficent being evil. Now I was half right. It was still an expansion of it, but honestly I never knew like the true tale of Maleficent. So watching through that, it was kind of interesting to see. I won't give any spoilers out here, but I mean, the movie did a great job expanding Maleficent's character, where she's still, I wouldn't even say like an antagonist. There's a specific word for it. Is it like the anti-hero or something like that? Where, yeah, I mean, she's not not a hero or anything, but she's also not the villain. So, it's kind of cool on that. And it does go into, not Cinderella. Oh my goodness, I can't think of anything today. Where is it, Cinderella? Oh my gosh, I can't think of anything. Cinderella's the one with the glass slipper. God, what was her name? Oh my goodness, the princess of that movie, of Sleeping Beauty. I can't remember the name for the life of me now, for whatever reason. So, and I'm probably never gonna think of it now that I'm trying to think of it. But anyway, she is involved in it too, and I think that's good, like that they expanded both on Maleficent and the princess's character and character development. I just think that was really cool how they were able to focus on those 2 character arcs together. I think they did Maleficent's a little bit more than the princess's story arc, but honestly they were able to do both of them, which is not an easy task to do 2 in story writing. So I just thought that they did that pretty well. They didn't really expand on any of the other characters' plots. I mean, you have your generic evil person who's just trying to rule over a kingdom, and then you have all the side characters who help discover the character's main character arc, including the prince, Prince Philip. I remember his name. So yeah, I mean they did a good job on that part. I'm trying to think of, I'm like thinking through the movie here, and yeah, I mean Angelina Jolie, who played Maleficent, did a really good job on acting. I thought there was a few parts where, at least costume design, it could have been like, I would raise an eyebrow. I'm like, oh, okay, I would have chosen something a little bit different. I don't know what, but not that. But her acting was on point. I thought that, you know, since she's not necessarily a human, Maleficent, that they did a good job, like, is saying, like, oh, human customs and whatnot. Like, she isn't very accustomed to it or doesn't know about it. So I thought that her, like, acting on some of those was really good. And there was some quirks there too. There were some funny moments and happy moments and so angry moments. Like there was a part that would made me so angry, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was, but there was a part in there that made me angry. It's like, come on! I think it had something to do with the actual villain itself, but irregardless, I think it's a great movie. As long as you have Disney Plus, then it's free. There's no like premium like the last couple movies have been, like Mulan, and there was one more. Wow, I can't remember anything in this recording, so I would recommend watching it yourself. It's about 90 minutes or so if you haven't already. And tell me what you think about it down in the comments, along with the topic of this week. So I can't wait to read those comments. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's keep going on with this week. Alright, we made it to the end of the week this week. We are on Memorial Day weekend. So, here's the gist. I know I've had some problems with my flash drive, as when I say problems, like it no longer works. So I took it over to Geek Squad today, and they can't read it. So I have some good news and bad news that came from that. The bad news is the California trip that I did not put on was lost. So unfortunately, I can't recover a day and a half of me in California. So that bites. There was a good few things that came out of here, though. The good news is that is going to be pretty much all that I lost. Thanks to a cool feature on WinMaker, my video editing software, it allows me to download videos from YouTube and actually create a new video from it, which is nice. So I was able to recover my intro and outro, like my standard 2021 intro and outro. But that also brings up the new possibilities of future content. Like I'm thinking reaction episodes, stuff that I can use from the internet that I can't get copyrighted for, hopefully. We'll have to see. I'll have to look into it. So that in itself brings up possibilities. So I'm kind of glad it happened in that kind of way here. And I also see that a piece of hair is sticking up in the back here. Oh God. Yeah, because of that, I can also get my short intros back. So that's like my Big Brother Big Sister intro, my video game intro, which I will start doing now that I'm kind of caught up here. And I'll go into over that in a minute. And Big Brothers Big Sisters, all those intros are good to go. And because I switched over to having my footage downloaded by a I don't even know what it's called, like a memory card reader or whatnot. Like I didn't lose any footage because of the mishap there. So I'm all caught up, and so I didn't lose like any footage that for like future content. So the only major thing that I lost was the California footage. So I'm sorry to that. I have learned from it, and I'm gonna move on. So I'm just counting my blessings that I only lost those days. So what is the future for the vlogs now that that calamity has happened? So I did go to Best Buy to not only figure out my flash drive situation, and I got a portable backup 1 terabyte solid state drive. So with this, it'll act just like the flash drive, except it's more durable, or at least that's the hope. And it also comes with a cable here, from what it looks like. So if the cable is damaged, it's just a $10 replacement, and I wouldn't lose any footage because of it. So let's kind of open this bad boy up here. First reaction video. If I can do this correctly, I'm not gonna bother. This is something that I need my stand for, but who cares? Let's see here. Well, that broke. Okay, let's see what we have here. I opened package so poorly. Alright, here we are. Now I just need to get in here. Cool. So this is my Easy Store solid state drive. So yeah, I can already tell that this is going to be pretty durable based on what it is. In case I travel with it, which I may do. And then here is the cord. And looking at the cord, it actually looks like that it's the same cord that goes into my, I forget what it's called. It's like a multi-port thing where I can use like 4 ports by only using 1 port. So that'll be nice. Probably $10 if something gets damaged here. So this will hopefully protect my footage not only from other people but for myself if it happens again. So that's good to know. Anyways, what is this? This is like an instruction how to. They always come with this. Anyways, so that was one thing that came out of it, and the second thing was what I mentioned when I tried to retrieve my intro and outro videos, is that I learned a new function on Win Movie Maker that could possibly impact the future of content. I still have some stuff to catch up on, such as I still have to re-edit the intros. So some of it was lost, but I mean the actual footage is there. I just need to get it back from YouTube. And honestly, it's on my phone as well. Those intros came from my phone from a new program software, so that was never a concern. And I guess I did lose my music too, but I mean the music, the channel that I get the music from, like post content like every day, so I'm not worried about that either. And I did find 7 songs that I found, which is why I was able to post the other day. So that was good. Yeah, so lessons learned moving forward. I'm just gonna take March and April and May, I guess, essentially, as kind of some bad months there and some learning curves, because I know there was a lot of issues going on. But now that I've reworked my schedule for these vlogs, and now that I have a better place to store everything, it should be an easier time. I'm gonna just take this as a new, fresh start. So, I also went out today and I got, for all you health nuts out there, I also went to GNC and bought myself some new multivitamins. I was starting to run out here, so I got some more. Unfortunately, the brand that I was actually looking for was unavailable. And I was talking to the store clerk, and he was a nice guy. He seemed really knowledgeable in what he was doing. And I told him what my typical day was. Like I said, I sit on the computer for 8 hours, and then I go to the gym for an hour or 2. So he recommended me this Mega Men Sport dietary supplement. It's supposed to help performance, muscle function, has all the supplements that I had before, basically, and it has I think he said it was like carbs or something, not like carbs from like bread or whatnot, but it's just supposed to help me function after a long day of work and go into the gym. So I'm gonna try this out, not this week, because this week's kind of a weird week because I'm going to Pennsylvania and I won't be in the gym really, and plus I still have some other tablets in my 50+ min. So yeah, so I'll be trying this out, not this week, but the week after. And it's supposed to help blood flow and whatnot, and help me get through a workout, and possibly help me reach some goals. I mean, he couldn't recommend it enough, so, I mean, you might be kind of thinking to yourself that I'm being taken for a ride because he's just trying to sell me a product, but honestly, he knew I was going to buy, like, a thing anyway, whether it be from here or another location, because he didn't have what I was looking for at first. So, I mean, with knowing that, I think that this will help me out. Anyways, that was a long spiel. That was probably like my longest spiel that I've ever had. Other than that, it's just some closing thoughts on this week. This week is hectic, and it's gonna be the start of this week too before I go to PA. I did my first training on the plan that I was especially looking at for a special project, and it went well until like the very end when I mentioned a type of an account that people were supposed to know what to do, but then once we started talking about it, it kind of got the idea that it was never taught. So I just flat out asked them, "Were you ever taught this?" Dead silence. I'm like, oh shit. So now I have to do so now I have to create a whole new like training so that they know this one specific part of a product. And because of how everything lines up, my next training for that project that I was doing is literally the day that I come back. So I basically have to make sure that I have 2 things on the ready for that next training before I go to Pennsylvania so that I can be ready to present. So that's kind of been my work week this week. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. Visited family yesterday. We had a good time. We laughed, we drank, we ate, and then we made some nachos. In fact, that's another thing I want to bring up. Future me, don't be so lazy to put a cooking video or something, or at least put the link for how to make baked nachos, because those are bomb and I want those on my channel. If not, I'm coming after you. But yeah, other than that, it's been going well. I still love my job. I am super stoked about going back to the office. It's only like by the time it's next week, we're just gonna say about 30 days. It's about a month from now, because I go back on the 28th. But because I'm gonna be in Pennsylvania, that already takes off weeks. So it's literally gonna be like 2 weeks of me working at home before I can start going into the office on a semi-regular basis. I still have to work in my bedroom week on, week off. So, but at least I'll have some socialization going on. But yeah, everything is looking up too. All the stores are opening up, and even the grocery stores aren't requiring masks anymore. So things are returning back to normal finally. It could not come any sooner. So anyways, that's pretty much all that I have this week coming up, and I'll be explaining this on tomorrow. We're going to volunteer tomorrow on Memorial Day weekend because I don't have work. And then it's pretty much just getting all my stuff done before PA. I know I can do it, and I know it's not going to be as difficult as I'm making it out to be, but it's crunch time. Got to get everything done before I can enjoy my vacation. So look forward to that. And look forward to future content on my recovery from what happened the past couple months. So thank you guys so much for watching this week, and I will see you guys next week for more content.